All right, y'all, we're moving to example 3 on these notes. And this is the main thing about example 3. I'm going to basically teach you how to solve for A on example 3. So the most important part here that we're going to learn on this example is A. How do you solve for A? I'm going to write it up here because I'm out of room. I hope you find this. This A, to find this A, you have to find the rise over run, except you have to find it over a fancy run. It's not the normal run you're used to. It is the square root of a run. So what do I mean by that? Y'all didn't learn this very much in freshman year. Y'all did, but then y'all used the graphing calculator, so a lot of y'all don't have this down. But you remember when graphing lines, that rise over run stuff to find your M? Your M was your slope on a line. This is kind of what's going on here. This A is like a weird slope, right? The A indicates at what pace this is changing. And so it's a pseudo slope. It's not quite a slope, but it's a pseudo slope. And you find it by putting in the rise and then doing the square root of the run. And I mean, it kind of makes sense because check it out. Our y equals square root of x is what we're dealing with. So the run is the x values. Remember that whole, it's like y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's what your normal slope is. But in this case, we want it to be a. So I'm going to change that. And you would square root this. So recall that you know how to find slope. And then it's just going to be a little bit fancier slope. So with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer what I can on these. So to show you that even if you can't answer A, you can answer the rest. So H and K. I haven't gone over this, but we have gone over it for other stuff. The vertex is H and K in these. So we have vertex as H and K. So let's go down and find our vertex. Our vertex is this dot here. That's 1 is for my H. So it's at x is 1 comma, and then my k is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6. So my vertex is this. That means I know my h and my k. Now it wants me to find this entire formula. Well, look, I can start by, I know I have to find my a somewhere. I don't know what it is, but I know I put my x in there. This is a positive h. We know that our x's always lie, so we're going to do the opposite of that. Instead of putting in a positive one, we're going to put a negative one right there. And our k always tells the truth. This always tells the truth. So you can get this done. Oh, and then domain. Check out the domain. Where does it start on the x-axis? It starts at 1. And where does it keep going? It keeps going to infinity. What about our range? On the y values from bottom to top, where does it start? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It starts at negative 6. And where is it going? It's going upwards forever into positive infinity. That's where it's going to. So the only thing you have to do is find your A. And all you need to find your A is you need the vertex. Find your vertex. That's point 1. Point 1 is your vertex. Okay? The point 1 is your vertex. And that is, in this case, it's a 1 comma negative 6. That's point 1. Point 2 is any other point you can find that makes sense. Luckily for us, we've already done this for you. So let's look at this point right here. This is the next point we're looking at. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm calculating A. So I'm going to find this point. This is x is 2, comma, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. So I now have my 2 points. Why does that matter? Check out the slope over here. y2 minus y1 over the square root of x squared minus 1. So here we go. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to set it up over here because, again, I'm out of space. So y2, my y2 on my point is negative 4 minus, remember the formula has a minus in there. You got to see that minus. My y1 is negative 6. Mister, there's 2 minuses next to each other. I know. Deal with it. You're going to change it in a second. Then you have x2, which is 2, and then minus 1. So now you're going to clean this up. This minus minus means you're going to end up adding. So let's do this. Negative 4 plus 6 over, what's 2 minus 1? 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Oh, I forgot this little piece. We're going to take the square root of it. So then 2 minus 1 is 1. So I'm going to do it again. Negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2 over the square root of 1. And what's the square root of 1? It's just 1, which means 2 is what we come out to. So we found our answer as 2. Boom. And that's where our A goes. Boom. Watch this again if you're confused. I'm not going to record another video for this. Watch it again. All I did was find 2 points. The vertex is one of the points. Found another point that made sense, and then I calculated this slope. This is the only place I'm recording where to do this. So watch this over again. Help your table mates. That's all the notes I'm doing for today. You have enough to finish the worksheet. Good luck. If you don't get it done for homework.